2, 3, 4, 6.
Oh my god. Okay, rewrite Amenotejikara. I'm really curious about this one.
Wait, hold on. I want to see what's at the top of this. Let me figure out what I'm. The thing about Amenotejikara that kind of sucks is the fact that it's basically just the substitution jutsu. B, it has the most inconsistent cooldown in the world. And C, it's inconsistent with how it works to begin with. So, for example, it's just like, it's gonna make Sasuke like, dumb if you can't do that. And then obviously the substitution jutsu needs to get like a little bit of reworking too, but it basically is the substitution jutsu. So I was just brainstorming ideas like the other day. So these aren't fully thought out, but I was thinking, so instead of having it be like a glorified substitution jutsu, especially the way it's used in Boruto, you could instead make it more of an OP version of Flying Raijin. Okay, so that's the idea behind this, because that kind of feels more like an upgrade. Feels like a cool connection parallel. So what I was writing down as an idea anyway was you can make it a jutsu where Sasuke can teleport himself or any object he sees to the location of himself or any object he sees. So right there, this is kind of the OP thing he was doing. However, there's a clear thing in this, which isn't the case in true Amenotejikara as it is. It needs to be in his line of sight. It needs to be something he sees. And we can add a distance factor as well. But as it is, Sasuke can do the Madara teleportation without even looking at Madara. In this case, he needs to look at Madara to do this. So it kind of gives away the location of where he would be doing it. So that is one weakness. Obviously, if you blind Sasuke with Kabuto's, great white light jutsu thing, that pretty much nullifies this jutsu because he can't see, say with like infinite darkness. So there are ways around this. It's based on sight.
Be the case though.
And then I just use this number because of Pain Shinra Tensei, but you give him a 5-second cooldown between each use, just like Pain Shinra Tensei, unlike Flying Raijin. So with Flying Raijin, because again, this jutsu is more OP than Flying Raijin because you don't need to set markers. You just need to see the people. And so you're not going to be able to spam it 800 times in a row like Flying Raijin. There's a cooldown because it's stronger. And so in this way, it's not a glorified substitution. It's basically a more OP Flying Raijin. You can teleport based on sight rather than needing Flying Raijin markers. And it has a much better cooldown mechanic than the weird, vague, inconsistent cooldown he has in the actual story. Now, truthfully speaking, some of this is in the story, but it's just, like I said, it's not consistent. And eventually does just turn into the swapping places thing. So the other aspect of this, I don't remember exactly what I said. I used it, so I made a video a long time ago, basically outlining some thematic symbolism with Sasuke's Rinnegan abilities with the Amenotejikara, both the swapping and the teleportation aspect. And
because we've been over this before. Because where did his Flying Raijin go otherwise? There we go. Okay. Rewrites are more interesting. Okay, space. We'll get to it. Okay, thank you. Let's not listen to that. He also could have done with this with Limbo.
The Flying Raijin gets knocked out of Naruto's mouth, lands on the ground, and this is separate from, this is after Sasuke just teleported away from Madara one time, and Sasuke swaps with a sword next, so then that's irrelevant to the Flying Raijin. And then the Flying Raijin just out of sight and not in front of Sasuke, nor is there emphasis on the Flying Raijin after the fact being swapped either. See? He did not swap with anything there, unless you're going to say it's air.
We have to look back at the other position.
Huh?
To see what teleported there.
Wait, maybe. Madara teleported there. What do you mean?
Well, no, but what teleported where Madara is?
Nothing. You know, there's no shot showing it.
Okay, then there's no proof.
He just moved. Well, no, because you would have to see what's there before the teleportation. Nothing was there before that moment. You would see something leave. Like you have a few seconds to see.
We don't see the rocks, or we don't see the ground beneath Mater here. There could be
okay, but
Oodie.
Okay, hypothetically, let's just say the flying Raijin marker kunai was on the ground there. Horrible writing to not show the flying Raijin after in one panel.
Well, that's not writing. That's production value.
No, in the manga too. That's poor, because you're making it unclear what this ability is doing. In fact, you're giving a wildly different interpretation of how this ability works by doing that.
That's not poor writing, that's poor paneling.
Not showing the thing swapping like you do in the swapping scenes, you're making it very unclear.
Well,
As
I don't
it
think
stands,
that makes it inconsistent.
the way it's depicted, Amenotejikara doesn't just swap places. It can also do this.
No, it's just unclear. Because that's not a writing thing, that'd be a paneling
Not that
thing.
unclear. It looks pretty clear.
Well, no, the point is that it doesn't look clear.
Let me see how it looks in the manga.
You just looked at it, did you not?
Yeah, he's just there.
Okay.
But again, they don't show anything swapping. I mean, he also says, shoot your jutsu right at me, not shoot your jutsu at the kunai on the ground or whatever.
Well, Madara didn't teleport to the kunai on the ground. He teleported above the ground because it'd be really weird if he teleported inside the ground. I don't think that's how the jutsu works.
Not only that, when Sasuke swaps with the sword, Madara's like, so that's your left eye's ability, huh? Implying he's caught on to the swapping positions thing. But then when he gets teleported to Sasuke, he's like, how'd I get here?
Okay, what about when he goes after Madara, when he's going after Kakashi? What does he do here?
He couldn't reach. This is when there's the range thing.
Yeah, but what do they say the range is? 20 meters?
Oh.
Also, it's weird how it just doesn't go to its max range. Like, even if it's not to Madara, it goes 20 meters in Madara's direction. Like, it's weird the Jutsu just fails. If anything, say he's out of chakra.
That's a good point, yeah. I think the data book's where you get the range of like 50 meters or whatever it is.
Okay.
Oh, I got another one.
I don't get it. Anyways. So,
oh no!
So, you mentioned the range. Would you keep the range as is? Would you increase the range? Or would you have there be no range in the Boruto era? Because he's trained it or whatever.
Is this under my rewrite hypothetical?
Yes.
Or the ability as it is hypothetical?
Your rewrite hypothetical.
That's a tough one.
Space is like static.
Because I could understand both just being reasonable. If you can like increase the range with time, or if the ability just has a set range.
With Amaterasu, it does seem
I like the idea that he can improve it a little bit, but there is like it's not like, so let's just say it's 50 meters at first. Maybe he can increase it to 100, but he's not increasing it to like 1,000. Like,
yeah, I was thinking like the Byakugan in that regard.
Yeah, like he can increase it a little bit, but nothing like too ridiculous for this ability. Like, it's not gonna be like Flying Raijin where you can teleport across the world. They're gonna have different pros and cons for the jutsu.
Okay. Would you in the Boruto era, regardless of part 1, let's just say part 1 you can only swap? So my interpretation, would you have to where he can just teleport with anything in the Boruto era? Or just teleport in general, I mean.
I would not go from swapping to teleport anything. I would have him have the teleport everything now.
Okay. I agree, and I think that's the way cooler version.
Set it in
But yeah.
Well, I mean, in Boruto, he would do this too, by the way. So we would have to rewrite Boruto. He's not just gonna swap.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. Yeah, anyway,
Okay.
I mean, like Amaterasu, it seems like he can just spawn it on the person instead of it having to travel. So it's kind
It's
of the same
inconsistent.
idea. Yeah. Well, I like it. Anyways, that's enough of that.
Oh, also, another one